Sadly, no Miss V yet, but she will be back tomorrow. Welcome back to Memes and Movers. I'm your host, Trader Prad, and let's dive right into the stock market. Hope everyone had a great Monday. I went home, celebrated the little extra long, well, not long weekend because, I had to come in, but celebrated my early ride home yesterday and enjoyed my day off. But sadly, my niece is sick, so little troubles for me over the night. I had to stay up and whatnot. So that hopefully she's getting better. Apparently, she's home now from the hospital, so that's good. Prayers out to my family out there. Jude joined the green side, as Miss V always calls it. So welcome to the green side. Welcome to Trader TV membership and the family, Jude Fernando. All right, let's dive right into the market here. Starting off, I was looking at Affirm today, but CEI had all my attention. I just want to start off looking at Affirm, and we saw Affirm trade above 140 for quite a bit yesterday, but then into the close, it went under 140. So, obviously, I was looking to get short at the 140 level, but I just wasn't aggressive enough with my orders. I was way too, the price I wanted to get was really stupid. I wanted to get 90s and above, 139, 90s and above. I don't know why I was being so haggly with my price, but it costed me a very good trade. But then I wanted to go long near 130, and that cost me another good trade. So two good trades that I just threw away on Affirm over here, allowing you to get those scalps near 130 to the long side and 140 to the downside. And I'm gonna expect that pattern to play out maybe for the rest of the week, especially about based off of how the market, or not the market, the stock has been trading for Monday and all of last week and so on. So Affirm, keep your eyes out for the 140 break the top side maybe if it goes, but I'm going to expect that rejection to continue to take place. I'm going to talk about CEI real quick here, my trade on CEI. Just want to show you what my overall idea was. I'm still very bearish on the stock for at the moment. And as you guys can see, I was just pretty much scalping shorts throughout the day, allowing me to scale into a pretty decent size over here. I did get wicked out of my position over here around $1.60. So I had my stop set to $1.60 and I wasn't watching it. So hopefully, I was watching it, and of course, hindsight is 20/20. So I don't really know if this is exactly how I would have played it. But if I was watching it, I would have had a time stop instead of a hard stop. So the stop hunters, the market makers, came for me. It's an obvious place where a stop should be on the break of the $1.60 level. So because it's been a key level for a long time, so they hunted the stops. They got me. They got a bunch of other stops who were short and causing it to close their position. So I had to close my position over there, but then immediately I saw my position being triggered. I noticed how this weak the stock was. I saw 160 was not really breaking, and 160 never held on the bids after it broke, sorry. So I just immediately scaled back into my short, and now I'm just holding a pretty good chunk of my short position over here, trying to wait to see if we can go below the low a day, which is around 145. So I have a target at 146, and then I want to hold the rest for the move under 145. Your CEI trade almost looks like a Christmas tree. Well, Christmas is coming up soon, so hopefully everyone's getting ready to have a good, fun time with your families, get that Christmas presents from Santa and so on. Why do they hunt? So basically, I mean, it's the obvious answer, right? The obvious answer is they want to make money too, and they realize that at the obvious level where the prices are, a lot of people are looking at. For example, if you're using Fibonacci points, there's a reason why Fibonacci points work most of the time. It's because a lot of people use it and they use it to trade around it. So if let's say if 10 people are trading in the market, but 5 of them are trying to trade off the Fibonacci sequence, and you're one of them, you can kind of see the market trading off in the Fibonacci areas. But let's say out of the 10 people who trade in the market, only one person trace the Fibonacci sequence, and the 9 others just do whatever they want, all on the same stock, right? The chances of the Fibonacci levels working are very low because the number of people following that mentality are not as high. So the market makers kind of use the same mentality where they try to see where the resistance are, where the stops are, where the Fibonacci levels are, where the trend lines are, and so on, and they'll look to see if they can push the stock in that certain direction to to kick the people out of that stock. And when you of course close the position for a loss, and you're seeing the stock go in the direction you wanted to, you basically got stop hunted by market makers or a bigger player who just wanted to shake you out. So a shakeout or a stop hunters is basically what I'm talking about. But yeah, CEI, the 160 break, the 161, I set a hard stop and I took a beating over it. But overall, I saw the weakness in it and instantly got back into that short side and hammered it. And now we're just holding that position to see how much lower we can go. I'm still very, very bearish on this stock. Fibonacci reflects human nature on broad spectrum. Well, that's like the overall Fibonacci sequence, isn't it? Like the I don't know the who created Da Vinci, was it? I'm not sure if it's Da Vinci, but I'm guessing it is. But yeah, it's basically when you see trend lines playing into action for a stock, especially for a long time, it's because people are trading trend lines, and then when you see trend lines die out, it's because people are not using it as much and they're trying to use other strategies and other systems. Problem is most traders are not human. Scales since it's algos. Yeah, algorithms are a big reason why the market's kind of hard to trade against. So algos are your biggest competitors. Affirm, baby. Yeah, we did talk about Affirm. Any levels on Prague? Okay, yeah, for sure. Prague was absolutely monstrous move, and we saw this coming yesterday. Yesterday we saw the move all the way up to. Let me just scroll back here to see what the high of yesterday was. So this is today. The high of yesterday. We did break $2, and we went all the way up to what, two? This could be after hours or so. So anyways, we did break $2, but we saw that move going towards $2 all day yesterday, which kind of indicated an obvious break of $2. And we saw that happen, and now we're holding that break off the open today. So in pre-market, we tested it, we held it, and we're going higher and higher. Look at the volume that's existing on the stock. We're over 100 million shares today, and CEI is not even close to being 100 million shares. So this is exactly why I was very bearish on it. We've seen multiple back-to-back days on CEI being 100 million shares or so, and today being not even close to 100 million before 11 o'clock, and a negative 7% or 8%. I'm not sure what the number was just before we pulled it up. Just obvious short side play at least for intraday on CEI. And Prague, just the complete opposite, obvious long side based off of yesterday. Yesterday we didn't have that volume where CEI did, right? So Prague was the second most volume traded stock, I think, yesterday. Today it has all the volume it needs to continue breaking out to the top side. So now we're gonna go test that $3 level. Let's see how it behaves there on that even dollar price. Can we hold the 260s? Can we hold 250s? Can we hold previous range highs? All these things are going to be playing into factor, and let's see if it's going to allow the stock to continue going higher and higher and higher. But as Tyrone Bigham said, yes, 100%, you gotta take profits to stay in the game. The answer is not always holding it for the whole move. Take partial profits along the move, and in order to lock in the profits. That way, when it goes all the way to the top side, you still have some skin in the game. Italian mathematician Leonardo Bonacci created the sequence. Okay. I thought it was Da Vinci. I don't know why, but cool. Another Leonardo, though, so that's cool. Any thoughts on Tesla? I mean, absolute monstrous move on Tesla too, right? Crazy to the top side. Holding 800 on the bids was kind of weird to me, because we've been seeing 800 getting rejected multiple days, and now we're seeing 800 get held, especially on a down day on a market. So let me see if QQQs are still down. Well, I guess they're flat. QQQs are flat, and the SPYs are making a move to the top side above VWAP right now. So overall, Tesla just crazy top side move above 800, trying to break that 810 right now. Well, it did about 30 cents break off 810, so I'm just gonna say that's a weak break for Tesla. Can we get the 810 break later on in the day and continue to go higher if the market goes higher is the question that's playing out in my head. But right now, obviously, we're holding VWAP. We're around 806, 805 or so. We're getting the higher highs while we're trying to break the day high or so. But yeah, Tesla crazy up almost 2% with 10 million shares. NIO, just thinking about it. NIO, NIO. With the 11 million shares today. Let's see if it's doing something similar to Tesla over here. Let's quickly reload the chart. So no, it's not doing something similar to Tesla. So we kind of see the move that it had to the top side off the open. You know, of course, off the open, a lot of volatile moves usually happen. A lot of eyes are there. A lot of volume takes place right off the open. And if you're not ready to take the trades during that time, you could I mean not take the trades. If you're not ready and have a plan to take trades, a plan to trades around that time, you could easily take losses because there's a lot of movements happening, and you can see that right here off the open. Look at the candles, crazy candles, but a rejection off every level, basically 36, and then 35.50 looks like around the bottom over here. Well, 35.60 looks like the bottom, so maybe more downside, and we go test 35 on the bids to see if we can hold that on NIO, because I'm seeing lower highs and lower lows. So this is a downtrend, straight downtrend. BBIG momentum move. Yeah, for sure. Let's look at it. I mean, it's only 11 million shares traded, so the momentum move is, I don't know about that momentum move. Like, look at the volume. It's not really there. This is pretty light volume for the stock to make the move that it's making. So I'm going to expect a rejection of $6, but the stock is still up a good amount. It's up 7% almost, but it's not going to have that strength and the momentum to break that $6. And if it does, I'll be surprised. I'm going to expect that break to happen only with a big volume spike candle. So if the volume spike candle is not bigger than the ones that we're seeing right now, I'm not going to expect that $6 break and rejection to the downside. But maybe that can happen tomorrow, and for the rest of the week we can continue going higher, because we are seeing a little bit of a buying pressure coming in at these levels, which I said we need to on BBIG. We need these buyers to step up over here to continue taking the price to the top side. RRD. Let me just quickly check SCEI here, see if it's doing anything, see if I notice anything on the levels for my position. At the same time, I get to talk about it for you guys, and then I'll go to RRD right back. CEI still in that short position. I'm still waiting for that 146, which is low a day, to come into play. Well, 145 is low a day, but I'm waiting for that 146 for my first target to come and kick me into my profits and anywhere to the downside. Obviously, that size on 149 is still there, so my position on the CEI shorts are still looking good. Now let's go to RRD. All right, RRD over here, 40% move to the top side, and we're actually seeing a little bit of a volume candle come in. So volume still continuing to exist, especially after the open. This is the open right here. We saw volume die off after 10 o'clock or so, and now volume continued to pick back up. The fact that when volume died off, the stock kind of based off to the sideways and held the VWAP area is a good indication to the top side. And especially when that volume candle comes in, allowing it to make that new high a day, you can expect that $7 to be tested very soon, as long as the volume continues to exist. But if the volume tapers off drastically, this move up to the $7 could just be algo soaking up the shares and trapping people. But I'm seeing size being added to the bid as the stock price is going up, so I'm going to expect that $7 to break very soon. Some of the longs working very well, especially Microsoft. Thank you for that, Sean. Let's quickly go check out Microsoft. So wow, look at that, the bottom pick on Microsoft over here around 292 or so. Sorry, 292.30, 293 or 292.90 or so, giving you that bottom pick to allow you to go long all the way, almost $1. 294 is where the stock is headed to right now. So nice long. Let's quickly go to Sean because he was talking about it.
Yo, what up, Trader Prad? Yeah, I mean, finally, Microsoft's starting to break out. We have $5 in the money on Affirm. And I just want to talk about that Microsoft trade, because how many times are you going to see this bottom at 292.80 or so? We talked about this on the 20-minute chart as well. Making some bottoms right down here a couple times, definitely coincides with that little jump off right there, but there's not a whole hell of a lot on Microsoft. Affirm, I still keep getting greedy on this one, Trader Brad. You tell me what you think I should do here, because we're long $5 in the money. I'm long down here 133 and change, and it just keeps bouncing off this 139. So I don't know, I'm debating getting some out here at 139. I just wonder if the market turns green, what kind of a rally would we have possibly on Affirm? I mean, Affirm up 2.5%, could be up even more than that. And then the SOFI trade went 40 cents in the money, man, all the way to $19. We're still long one time here at 18.50 on that break. So we're trying to buy dips in this one as well, but 819 just rejected on SOFI. So definitely, guys, have a look there. But yeah, SOFI, Microsoft, and Affirm all working on this move upside here in the NASDAQ.
Thank you for that call out on Affirm and a quick little covering of that stock too. Apparently, RRD has buyout news. So, Tyrone Biggums, do you know what the buyout stock is, or is it just news for that stock? So, if it's a buyout stock, guys, you might want to be careful. Usually buyout stocks don't go higher than the price that they're supposed to get acquired to. Obviously, it doesn't make sense for the stock to do so. It's very rare that they do. So, for example, let's say the stock is getting acquired at $7, 750 cash buyout offer. Thank you, guys. Thank you for letting me know. Actually, very surprised I don't see it. I have a Discord bot that tracks buyout news because I trade buyouts a lot, and this did not show up on mine. So maybe I have to fire my Discord bot and make a new one. But yeah, thank you for that. I'm just gonna add it to my notes. RRD 750 cash. So for example, let's say 750. I mean, not let's say 750. It is 750. The chances of the stock to trade higher than 750 is gonna be very low. For someone who's expecting the stock to, go higher than 750, be very careful on this aspect. You have to, not expect to move higher than 750 on stocks like buyouts. Sorry, on buyout stocks, and especially that they're getting acquisitioned. Yeah. Big numbers, level 2 BBIG. Let's go check BBIG over here. BBIG, yeah, continuing to go up here on low volume, which is I'm gonna expect that $6 to get rejected. So it just doesn't make sense for it to continue doing this move on the lack of volume that I need to see at least. But it's going up there. It's slowly inching its way up there. And look at the candles. I'm just gonna have to look at BBIG on a volume profile aspect, because on the intraday I need to see exactly what the stock is doing. So let me just do it over here for you guys. And look at the lack of like selling compared to buying. It's almost a trap in my opinion. So you often see this stocks go up slowly with almost no selling and only buying, and then immediately drop drastically down. The rug pull takes place. So I would be very careful on that aspect. AACEI, I just got ticked out in the position, and in the meantime, while I cover my position, Brandon wants to talk about RRD.
Hi guys, hi Trader Prad. Just wanted to mention, if you throw to my screen here, I'll show you the Chatham Asset Management, who is the majority stakeholder in this company already. So this is just an offer. So you were talking a little bit about how it's trading quite far away, obviously, from 750. Nothing's been accepted, just an offer at this point. It's Chatham Asset Management looking to take out the rest of the company they don't already own, Trader Prad.
Oh, okay. So it's not confirmed yet. Got it. So there is chances for it to go above 750. Then I guess so. For those who are hoping it, let's hope that they get a second offer or third offer that goes higher and higher. But they are clearly in talks to get acquired. And CEI, there you go. We're at that 145 level now. I can see why 145 acted as a barrier in pre-market. There's a big size on there, and that size is getting tested. Look at the size just getting chewed through, and the size on the offers are getting built up as the size on the bids are getting taken out. Let's go. That's what I like to see. Beautiful short. They did shake me out off the open, but that's not going to stop me to continue holding this trade. I'm going to expect the next stop to go all the way to 140 and then 130. So I'm just going to throw out some orders over here to 141 and 131 eventually. Still holding a good chunk of my shares on this short. So CEI bullish all day, or bearish all day, baby. Let's go. But once we go to that 103 level, I'm going to start looking for that long, because if you guys remember, Sean talked about seeing that big size on that, what's it called now, 103 size. Chance it could tank as well. Are we talking about BBIG 25% short interest? Yeah, let me just quickly look at over here. I do remember seeing a number very similar to 25%. Yeah, so 21% on trade ideas. Almost called it trade tickers. I don't know why. Trade ideas, 21% on there for BBIG short interest. Do I see a number on there for CEI? I remember that CEI was not being quoted. CEI. Oh, it does now. Awesome. So CEI is at 24%. Uh-oh, my thing's crashing. All right, cool. Hey, Prad, can you do me a favor and a rundown Palantir? Yeah, for sure. Our favorite stock on the show, or not only this show, the overall trade, like I'm guessing the Trader TV, because we always talk about Palantir over here. Still bouncing off of 23 and still getting rejected off 24. Nothing new going on. We're in previous ranges, but if you guys have been paying attention to what's been going on, that 23 buy long has been giving you opportunities every single day to scalp if you're an intraday trader. If you're a swing trader, the same thing. It's giving you scalp opportunities every day. You just get long 23, and the next day you probably get out at 23.80 off the open. You could do this multiple times, just rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. And when you have opportunities like that on especially a stock like Palantir that does decent volume for day traders and intraday traders, you can just keep on hammering that position again and again with your risk to reward being really low. If 23 breaks to the downside and you're a long only trader, you just get out when the 23 breaks to the downside and wait for a new level. If you're a short only trader, if 24 breaks to the upside, you get out and wait for a new level. If you like trading both directions, as you should be, if you're an intraday trader, then you do both. You take the longs and shorts and you just keep scaling all the way in and out all day. Do you know why are we so flat today? Well, I can't answer that question as to why, but overall, the market's still trying to figure out if there's still downside needs to be taking place, if inflation is a problem, if coronavirus Delta is going to be an issue. So there's still, a little bit doubts in the market as to if is borrowing money going to be harder and more expensive, and all those factors are going to play into, the California thing about them losing their grip on tech and all that. You never know why a market's going down, and you never know why a market's going up either. Markets just move, right? That's their job to do, so they move. Am I Punjabi? No, my dad is, but I'm not. MIC, can you give me your opinion? Dark pool print on it. Well, the thing with dark pool that everyone just gets confused all the time is you need to realize dark pools doesn't have to be printed right now. They could be something that happened like 24 hours ago, I believe. I might be wrong on the time scale. It could be 12 hours or 24, but I need to check up on that. But you just need to remember that it doesn't have to be reported right now. So that trade could have taken place a while back on that dark print, especially. Real quick, let's go to Sean Neil about Baba.
Yeah, I was talking to a dev in the chat here. I figured it's probably worth a point here to talk about Alibaba. It is pulling back a second day, but it's a double bottom. It's a 162 yesterday. You have like a 162.70 at the open, and now we're retesting it at 163. I am long, by the way. I just got long in front of that level, 163 and change. But you also have to look back to last week when it put in a high around here as well. So you have sort of resistance on the week and a strong week. And then possibly turning into support and more shallow support here as the bounces look like they're getting more shallow. So if you were in a short position here, personally, I would be taking profit off. If I had this one short, which I did, I would be taking some profit every time in front of a level like that, and then looking if it broke, maybe testing somewhere in this cluster in front of 160, nice psychological number. But for the long trade, I love it this time of day when the market's settling down a bit to find something which is on a level where where you're wrong, right? Like if it breaks this sort of 162 area, you're wrong. And then even just back to VWAP gives you 1-to-1, and then maybe testing back to 65 looks pretty good. And that's if you have to even hold it past like 162, which I'm not sure you do. Always look to see what these actions were in yesterday's prices. So when you come back and you look at this, it's like, oh, well, wait a minute, that was just a dirty wick down here. It almost doesn't matter down to that 162. So I don't think you have to hold it that far against you. The current low really sits at 75, so you can probably only give it 50 cents, and that's 2-to-1 all the way up to VWAP. So I like Baba. Obviously, I'm invested in the stock long term, but this is more of a catch a bit of a bounce at lunchtime when things are settling down trade.
Baba. All right. The Chinese stocks are still making a little bit of a move, but today it was looking like to the downside. Let me just quickly pull up Baba here for you guys all the meantime. But someone's asking me, what do you mean California not having lead on tech? California is actually losing its grip on tech, is what I said, and that's coming from the overall how Tesla wants to move their HQ away from California into Texas. Google was looking for a new HQ. I believe they were even considering Toronto at one point, and it didn't work out. I'm not sure if they figured out what they want to do. Maybe it was Vancouver or they figured it out somewhere else. I don't remember exactly, but most tech companies are moving out of California, so California is losing its grip on tech, is what I was talking about earlier. They lost Tesla, they lost Palantir, so there you go. What do you think about Upstart? Do you think it can break the day's resistance? Well, I'm not, what I think and what I, that it's just it's not the way you should thinking about for stocks. You should be looking for resistances and support. So UPSD, it's not about what I think or what I know. Well, what I know will help me, but it's for the most part, it's about what information is being given to you from the market. I'm typing the wrong stock. Hold up. UPST, not USPT. All right, UPST. So what I was saying is, having your levels to play with, and then having information as to what I want to do when that level happens or breaks or it rejects or whatever happens around that level is how you want to structure your trades, instead of predicting or praying and hoping that it does this or that. So in terms of thinking of levels, obviously if you're long and 328 breaks, you're gonna be happy. If you're long and it goes below 324 and you're intraday trader, you might want to close your position for the loss, because if 324, not even 324, if like 325 breaks and then 324 breaks and then VWAP breaks, then there's obviously no more upside for UPSD for the intraday side. So there's a lot of questions that you want to ask, instead of just asking the one single question. The one single question game is always what makes people lose overall in the long term. But if you start asking multiple questions, how high can it go? How low can it go? How much sideways can it go? And how much can I win? How much can I lose? And how long can I wait for the stock to play out the way I want to play? If you ask more than that one question, it can kind of help you trade. Structure your trades better, at least. Clove paper hands are at it again. I don't like the whole terminology of diamond hand, paper hands. It's all fun and games throwing out these terminologies, especially on Reddit, even being like the ape mentality, diamond hand, paper hands. Yeah, it's all funny and games, but if you think about it, it's money, right? People are dealing with money, and money is kind of a livelihood. So if they're taking losses, how much do you really expect them to take on losses forever, right? They got people to feed. They got food to put on the table. So how much are you going to expect people to really hold on to a loss for? So in that opinion, I don't like it when people say paper hands are closing money. Like, dude, they got to. They don't have an option, right? And then when people say diamond hands are making money, it's like, how much did you really hold that winner against you to have that win? Or did you just get lucky and buy the dip, or read a Reddit post and just do something that someone else told you off Reddit or something like that, right? So that whole terminology I don't really agree with, and doesn't I don't like talking with those mentality either. Like I don't like using those words, and that's why I don't try to do that over here. Clove is a trash stock. Wall Street hates Chamath. That terminology going into the thesis and then the mentality behind it, that I could agree with. People hate Chamath. People hate Clove. It's a highly shorted stock. Going into the whole different mindset as to why the stock is completely taking a beating, that's something we can talk about all day, boys. But calling people paper hands and diamond hands is not helpful to the community at all, because we're all trying to get better, and just telling them that they suck is not the best way to help them. You can't trade the markets without sellers. There you go. Yeah, you need sellers, you need buyers. Prad has limits, not diamond hands. I use limit orders all day. They call me limit order boy, baby. Wall Street hates rocket company. Wall Street just hates anything Wall Street can hate on. That's just Wall Street's job. And then Reddit's here to just hate on Wall Street. And then there's just the clash of mentalities. Ooh, CEI, I'm making more money on this. I like it. That 145 low a day just broke. There is some size on 143. So the fact that 145 broke and there was enough size on 145, I'm going to expect more downside to happen. So, continue watching the CEI to the downside. Look at the 143 size was there, and we're just taking out, ooh, my 140 size just got hit. This is why you have orders in profit just sitting down, guys. And now I'm just going to throw out another order for profit, just sitting down there. And once it goes down, I just get wicked into it. CEI, beautiful short trade. Someone earlier was saying, why did you put a stop there if you really believe in it? Just because, that's the way I trade. And if you don't like trading that way, then you don't have to. But the stops save a lot of people's life. And it saved my life for a little bit, but then also made my life hard and made me have to, work hard a little bit. I think CEI is heading to $1, someone says. Well, CEI had a lot of size at $1.03. So I'd be careful to watch out if that size is still there or not on the move down. But CEI, obviously downwards move is the direction. Look at the biggest volume candle for the day coming in on a red candle, coming in on a candle that's breaking levels to the downside. So if 140 breaks, you can expect maybe 130 the next stop for CEI. Crazy short. I'm happy with my short. I hope you are if you're in it. And if you're long, I'd be careful for the 140 break. I'd be careful for that 130 break. And your complete bottom is around 103 if that size is still there. If that size is not there at 103, I'd be careful for your longs, guys. Maybe you just buy more in that case and expected the stock to go back to the $4 or so. Great short. Thank you, my boy. Thank you. I was gonna say bro, but I'd say boy. Like my brain just completely mixed everything in the head. That was great. I need water. Give me a second. All right. Is SOFI going bearish? I'm not gonna say that based off of what we saw yesterday, the crazy move yesterday, based off of upgrades, and I'm pretty sure, Sean believes in this stock too, if I remember from what we had the conversation. So based off of that, I'm not bearish on the stock at all. Sean has had very good call outs so far, so I'm just gonna blindly follow him on that and not be bearish on this stock. But look at it, it's still strong today while the market's now actually turning red. QQQs are down almost 0.2%. SPYs are up 0.02%, flat, so basically flat. And SOFI still holding the upwards momentum that it created yesterday. And what was it? We broke out above 18 that we struggled to break out of, and we held all the way into close. That level that we struggled to break out of held all the way into close, and we held that today off the open. So obviously a lot of momentum to the upside still on SOFI. GWH, new high a day apparently. So let's go look at GWH. Come on now. GWH with 29 million shares traded, and the volume still actually ramping up a little bit, coming in to break above the $22. So as you guys see, or maybe that was a $23 break candle. Either way, that the candles are coming in and they're allowing the stock to continue go higher. And the volume is just ramping up. Look at the velocity of the tape. Look, the 23s being held on the bids. Now we're testing that 2350 level, which was the high a day. A little bit of a rejection off that 2350. The bid. The spread's kind of opening up over here on the downside, and we're seeing that 2330 just hold. So looks like that barrier of 2330 is going to act a little bit harder. And yeah, like you just saw that break happen and 23 to the downside. You can expect that to continue a little bit longer. Maybe we go test 22 on the bids, or even 2250 on the bids before we make that run back towards 23. Can you take a look at MU? Yeah, for sure. You have to think like a bull and a bear. That is 100% right. You got to think both directions. Well, what's the saying? I believe it goes something along the words I think what Neil taught me this not too long ago. Bulls get slaughtered. Bulls make money. Bears make money. Pigs get slaughtered. So here's the pigs getting slaughtered emoji if I have it. Hey, there we go. So bulls make money, bears make money, pigs get slaughtered. So don't try to be a pig, trying to, oink oink with every single penny that you can. Just scalp it on the way up, scalp it on the way down, take profits all the way through, and see if you can manage to hold a little bit for that, having your skin in the game for that final move. What's my favorite setups? I don't have a favorite setup. Well, maybe I do. My favorite setups got to be maybe rebate trades and closing trades, because that's where I've made most of my money on. But I don't have a favorite setup. Like, I don't have a go-to favorite setup, because I was talking to this on Instagram yesterday, actually, to with one of our viewers. Don't want to take the name and bait him out. But I was talking to one of our viewers on Instagram about this, and it was basically how the market works on an overall scale. So right now, maybe you have a strategy that's working for you. Being a new trader, beginning trader, everyone tries to find strategies, and once you find a strategy that's working for you, you're just gonna continue hammering that strategy, right? And then when you continue hammering that strategy, and it's great for you, eventually that strategy is gonna die out. Maybe 6 months, maybe 1 year. Once that strategy fizzles out, and you're continuing to try to make that strategy work when that strategy fizzled out, is when the traders take a beating, and the successful trader turns into a negative trader because of these reasons. So you got to have multiple setups in your tool. It's like when you're gardening. When you're about to mow the garden, you use the lawnmower. When you're about to cut the bushes, you use the bush trimmer. When you're about to rake the fall leaves, you use the rake, right? But if you don't have those tools in the shed to begin with, you can't maintain your garden. You need those tools in your tool shed or in your garage or wherever you keep them in the first place, and in order to take care of your garden. So in terms of the market, if you want to take care of your positions, your money, and tend for your market or your garden, you need to be able to have all of your tools in there. So for me, I have not only one tool, two tools, I have multiple tools, and I go out there and venture on a day-to-day basis to see other tools. I talk to other traders on the floor. I pick Sean and Neil's brain on a day-to-day basis, trying to see how they trade. They have a full show on YouTube that you guys know about, and if you don't, subscribe to the channel, hit the like button. We have a morning show, night show, educational videos. They post multiple strategies, not one, not two, but multiple strategies on a day-to-day basis on how they trade and how their thought process works. So if you apply all of that into your arsenal, have a big arsenal that you can build up on, and see when a strategy works, why it works, and then when it dies out. If you can quantify all of these reasons of these strategies, as to why this strategy is working today, why it's failing today, and when can I use it again, that's going to be the biggest go-to helpful way to think about. And Brandon has something for you guys.
Great commentary. I appreciate the thought there, Prad, and completely agree. Quickly, guys, if any of you were joining us, yeah, that's Terra, Pro Terra. That's not what I was going to mention, Prad, but thanks for that. If any of you were joining us this morning, we had a little bit of a scheduling mix-up, obviously, with Mr. Nick Leeson. Happy to pass along the message right now that come back this afternoon at 3:40 p.m. Eastern Time. We have everything confirmed and lined up for this afternoon. Obviously, we understand if anyone has a job or has to run out or can't make it for whatever reason, we'll post it, guys, on the YouTube channel anyways. But again, 3:40 this afternoon, confirmed. Mr. Leeson, Nick Leeson, the original Rogue Trader, coming on the show. Prad.
The original Rogue Trader. If you guys haven't seen that movie, I suggest you do so before he comes on to our show at 3:40. But of course, maintain your positions, take care of your positions, and don't get too lost in the sauce in the movie, because it can happen. That movie's that good. It has Obi-Wan Kenobi. I don't know his name, but it has Obi-Wan Kenobi, man, in there. And great movie about trading and what he's, belongs in jail. Hey, buddy, take it a little easy. He's already been in there and came out. You know, he's paid his time for whatever he did. But overall, man, what a great movie. And if you guys haven't seen it, go watch it. The interview's coming in today at 3:40, as Brandon just said. I'll be watching it, so I'll see you guys in the chat around that time. It's going to be great. Evan McGregor, there you go. I just call him Obi-Wan because that's the best way to go about these days with actors, at least. I just can't remember actors' name, but I'll remember the roles they play. Obi-Wan Kenobi. Good morning, brother. Good morning, sir. And the rest of the Trader TV family. Thank you, thank you. We wish you a good morning, evening, night, wherever you are in the world, whatever Neil says. I can't remember it to word by word. But yeah, the Neil's starting intro. Or is it outro? I'm not sure. A lot of code. It's the intro? Oh, it's the intro and the outro. Ah. I do, but I can't remember if you do it in the morning or the night or not. But anyways, yeah, the RRD is still being people want me to talk about. So Michael, RRD is a buyout or offer. People or companies looking to acquire RRD right now for apparently $7.50, and it's not accepted yet. It's just an offer. They could get a secondary offer if they have a go ship period, and you know, you might have to keep an eye out on the news and see what happens on that side. But right now, they want to be acquired for around $7.50. Do you think Facebook will go to 300, or is this the bottom? Ooh, that's a tough question. That is a tough question for sure. So overall, Facebook, I am a bit bearish on Facebook and Facebook alone, not all other aspects of Facebook and what they own. You know, the Oculus side, the gaming side, the whole what's it called, the Instagram, the WhatsApp, and so on. So I'm a little bearish on just the Facebook platform, but not on what they do in terms of everything they own and so on. But is this the bottom? I can't definitively give that answer to you, but keep an eye out on the bottom side levels and see how the stock behaves around there. So today, obviously, it's bouncing off around 317, 318 or so, and trying to go trade above 320 and close above 320. If it closes below 320, then maybe it has more downside. But if it holds above 320 tomorrow, maybe it has upside overall. So you know, can't really guess and use a crystal ball type of mentality on stocks, but you could try to use levels to trade off of and see what stocks do on key levels. Oh, I thought they were talking to me. Sorry. All right. Alexander Pauladine. It's called arbitrage. Who's Alexander Pauladine? Thanks. What's your best FANG stocks? I don't have a best FANG stock. It's just for me as a day trader, I don't have a best stock. For me, I have shit stocks, right? It's called a shit list along with the mRNA and Roku on it. And that's only because every time I have an idea, even though I have the right idea, the stop hunters just get me, man. They just come for me. And on a stock like mRNA, I'm not supposed to be using hard stops, and I should be using mental stops, but I don't know. I can't just bring myself to hold the stock way further away from me, or if it starts going way further away from me and I don't have a hard stop, I'm just going to I'm just going to hold it for a move that I don't want to. I'm just gonna take a bigger hit. So I can't trade stocks like that are, even though I have the right idea, that they completely mess me up. So I have a bad list of stocks, but for me on a good list, man, the good list starts with what's doing the most volume. So CEI, obviously, multiple days we've seen the 100 million shares. We're just now cracking the 100 million shares at 1142. So on a day like this, CEI not really doing that volume that we're used to seeing on it, but PROG stepping up to the plate with the almost 200 million shares for the day, and you know, showing you guys the momentum that you guys wanted to the top side. And this is what we saw this coming. Wait, this was not the one. I saw BBIG. Let's go see what BBIG is doing. And we actually, wow, got a 23-cent above the $6. So not bad at all. That volume candle did come in to kick that $6 break. Like I said, we need that volume candle. If that volume candle doesn't show up, that $6 break is not happening. So that volume candle did kick in to get that $6 break. Now we need that $6 to hold on the bid. If it does not hold on the bid, that's gonna be bad news for CEI, and we're gonna go instantly downwards for you know, maybe around around 580s or 590s or so, and we're actually seeing that take place right now, right? If $6 is not hold up on the bid and a lot of selling pressure comes in around this price, we're gonna see it go lower. CEI. Yeah, for sure. I mean, we just talked about it not too long ago, and we're still seeing it crash, right? This move up is insignificant because look at the volume candle here that caused it to go down. We're seeing a little bit of a volume candle retracement to the top side, but I'm going to expect it to continue go back lower. 150 is going to be now the resistance, and it's just going to most likely go back lower. I only use hard stops. If you have a good broker, it shouldn't be a problem. Well, the problem is not about hard stops or no broker. It's about hard stops and soft stops or time stops. So hard stops kind of, if you're not watching the stock market, if you're not sitting at your chair, hard stops are a go-to. You got to have a hard stop. If you're not sitting and ready to execute, ready to get out, you have to have a hard stop because you could take a big loss. But for someone like me who's sitting in his chair ready to execute, I'm basically just doing two things. When I'm not on the show talking to you guys, I'm watching YouTube and I'm trading. So there is almost never a reason for me to have a hard stop if I'm watching the market because I could have a time stop, which is something I do a lot of the time. So, it just depends on your strategy, your way. It's not about what type of broker you have. It's kind of almost depends on what type of order type you use and what gateway you use almost for us. So broker is it does not matter at all, right? So yeah. My stops getting missed with Fidelity. Oh yeah, so maybe if you have access to Edge X order gateways on Fidelity, try using Edge X stops because that is the first order gateway, not the first at least, but because it's an inverse gateway, it should fill you before bats. So if you're using a simple bats order gateway stop, then it's gonna probably lag out sometimes and not give you the fill that you want. But if you're throwing a Edge X gateway stop order, it's going to fill you most of the time, but you're going to take a higher fee. I don't know if Fidelity has that offer for you to take multiple gateways and, it's called direct access. I'm guessing that's what it's called. I don't know if it has that, but if you do, take advantage of it. Always take advantage of the direct access options that you have. What do you look for to catch the bottom of a dip? Well, you could use multiple things to catch the bottom of a dip. Let me just quickly show up Affirm over here on this side. So as you guys can see, I have all these blue lines. Well, not blue. I'm colorblind. So purple lines over here that I've mapped out from bottom wicks, top wicks, and bottom candles or bottom proper candle, which means that if I zoom in over here, the wick is over here, but you see how the trade or opening and the close. So I try to map out those levels, and then when the stock comes to those levels, for example, today. Let's see. You see how I had a line at 140.10? So, for example, if the stock goes to 140.10, I'm going to top pick that short. If the stock goes to lower to 130 or so, if I can just zoom out a little bit, if the stock goes to 129.08 or example 130, I haven't charted for quite a bit because I've been playing New World too much. And I called this out on Instagram, or not Instagram, Twitter. The day New World came out, I said I'm not going to be charting for at least a month or two. It's happening. That's playing out that way. So I'm sorry for those of you who is expecting me to chart and give my analysis on Twitter. I'm not going to be doing that for a little bit longer. But for today, as you guys can see, this is how you can bottom pick. You look for that levels on the bottoms. You look for the levels on the tops. If you want, you can use technical indicators. If you want, you can use trend lines and look to see where the supports are, where the resistance are, what type of trend line forms or patterns are forming, and then trade those to catch a bottom or a top. I just closed the chart that I didn't mean to, so let's quickly pull back the chart. What's the daily chart you reference first? It's just a daily chart. That's it. Like, I don't know what you're asking me. It's just a daily chart. Each candle is a day. All right. RRD confirms reception of unsolicited proposal from Chamath Asset Management. Proposal worth for $750 share in cash. All right. So Chamath is the one buying it out. I like it. What? Was it a chart off? Oh, Affirm, the stock. All right, let's quickly go see what's the number 1, 2, 3 stocks. Well, we see with 1 and 2. Let's go check out OCGN. Oh man, I remember trading OCGN so much, especially when it was doing crazy amounts of volume. This stock was an absolute beauty to trade size on, and I mean front running size. So, but today we're seeing a little bit of a decent volume on it, volumes picking up. Oops. Volume's picking up, and 61 million shares, causing the stock to break out above $8 and even go test 9, and now we're holding 9, so not bad at all for OCGN. Let's see if we can continue trading higher here. Right now we're seeing a little bit of a pattern forming to the upside, but we can see that resistance at 930 or so. I also use soft stops, but I got hit badly a few times. What is the reason you use soft stops? You get better execution? No, it's not better execution or worse execution. It just depends on your strategy and how you trade. If you're sitting at your desk ready to take an execution and ready to punch the trade, you don't need to have a hard stop because you're watching the stocks. But if you're not at your desk, let's say example, you got to go to the washroom, you got to go make food, and you're in a trade, a hard stop is almost a must, because if you're not in the trade without your hard stop, you need something to save your bacon. I just stole that from Tyrone Biggums, but right now Tyrone Biggums is talking about PROG because he said PROG is testing 240 and you better save your bacon, my boy says. Please don't crash on me. Please don't. Okay, it did. Let's just wait for this thing to load up. In the meantime, PROG, keep an eye out on the level 2 and the time of sales here. The PROG, we're seeing a little bit of a green coming in at that 240 level. Looks like we're at the bottom, but yeah. When you have your finger on the trigger, you don't need to stop. Yeah, exactly. So what I was saying is, if you're not at your seat, then a hard stop is almost needed, because anything can happen and you can just lose money without knowing. But if your finger on the trigger, you're sitting there ready to punch in and ready to punch out, and you see the stock going to, let's say, your hard stop level. For example, on PROG right now, 270 is the high a day. If I'm short on the stock, let's say I'm short 260, and the high a day is 270, my stop, and I'm putting quote because I'm not gonna send the order out as long as I'm sitting here and watching it. My stop is not gonna be out there at 270, but I'm gonna have an order ready to punch me out the second 270 breaks, and it holds 270 on the bid longer than, I don't know, 5 seconds, 10 seconds. It depends on your strategy. But for me, if the stock trades above 270 longer than even 5 seconds or 10 seconds, I want to be out of that trade. But if the stock instantly goes back through 270 after being above 4 or 5 seconds, I'm going to punch back in. So there's a lot of intricacies. There's a lot of complicated systems around there that I build for my systems and my strategies. So you should try to work that way, especially if your finger on the trigger, happy to trade. But if you're not in that level and you're away from it, then hard stops must. PROG 240 level, volume kind of dying off here, and we're seeing 240 hold up a little bit. So stock is up 13%. We're seeing VWAP hold. We saw 270 reject, and we saw 260 not hold up. So the fact that 260 did not hold up, 250 did not hold up, and we're testing 240, let's see if 240 holds up. If it does not, then we're gonna go test probably VWAP, but I'm expecting this to hold up and go higher. I'm expecting it, but expectations don't mean anything in this game. It's all about what the market's giving to you and how you respond to it. GWH craziness continues. Oh my, let's go take a look at it. GWH was making an all-time high, not all-time high, sorry, days high earlier, and wow, it's still doing that 26 or so. Is it all-time high? Oh, okay, so it's all-time highs and days highs, so it's going monstrous right now. 2689 is the high as we speak, and the volume's still there. We're going into lunch. 8 minutes left to lunch, and the volume is still not decreasing in any sorts. We got one halt around $17, and then did we get a second halt? I thought we did. No, we didn't. Okay, so only got one halt. The stock did go under the halt, but managed to go right back through above it and create new highs here. Maybe we got another halt to the top side with this volume and the momentum continues to go. But if the volume tapers off, then expect that violent move to the downside. I'm gonna need water. Think that's a safe statement. will be hosting a playoff game this year. Will Raiders be hosting a playoffs game? Ooh, we're talking about football. I'm not a football guy at all. An American football guy. Greed to 100. Oh my. You really think it's going to $100, huh? All right. Well, right now with the lack of volume, we're not gonna see anything going anywhere. But if volume comes in, it could be a possibility, maybe a year or two. But right now, with the lack of complete volume, we're not seeing anything going on here. XL. XL on New York. Still no another stock with no volume. Hopefully it's moving, and let's see if it is. It's kind of not doing much at all. You know, it's up 3%, yeah, but it's not really tradable for day traders at least. OCGN, we talked about it not too long ago, and it's about time to be like a clock, guys. So, you know, if you are watching us on a day-to-day basis, please smash that like button. It helps us out with the YouTube algorithm, and spreads the YouTube videos that we drop every day, the educational content and the live videos that we come out with every day. So if hitting that like button, hit the subscribe button, helps us with the YouTube algorithm and all the other good stuff. So thank you for all that, and the notification bell too. Like I said not too long ago, educational content being posted every single day by Dan. Sorry, not Dan. I just read the first name that I saw up there. by Brandon, Neil, and Sean. Educational content, even trade of the day. So the best trades, even sometimes their worst trades. I remember Sean talking about I think a trade that he did bad and how he could have done better not too long ago. So you could learn a lot from those videos. I sure do, and I actually incorporate it into my morning routine. I watch them every morning before I get ready for work, and you know, it helps me get my mindset right and start thinking about stocks and every morning. So of course, if you guys have that option too, and all you have to do is subscribe, hit the like button, and all that good stuff. So like a clock, guys. Thank you. Let's go. Videos on their Twitter. What? Prad, Gree is up 30 cents. Of course, it's going to $100. That is right, Ryan. The prayers, the hopes, the dreams, the mother of all short squeeze. Well, I don't know if it's a heavily shorted stock, but I'm just throwing out terms here at this point to make it go to 100, because that's all it takes for stocks. What do you look for when tape reading? Wow, that's something that I can't talk about, I guess. It's just something that happens. The more you look at it, the more it happens, because I had the same question you did when I started my career. You know, I always question people, what is tape reading? How do you do it? It doesn't make sense. I'm looking at the tape and everything's moving so fast. Let's pull up a stock that's actually moving fast, or at least somewhat doing volume. So let's go Prague. So I used to be like, well, the stock is moving so fast. I don't know what I'm doing. All I see is prints all over the place, blah, blah, blah. And I was really confused when I was new, right? But then being the gamer I am, being the competitive nature that I have, and I just had to master it. Well, not master it, but I had to learn it, because I'm in no shape or way form a master. I am still a student at this game, and I'm still learning every single day, and that's the way that I'm gonna think about it. Even though if I have 10 years of experience, I still want to think about it that way, right? Moving forward, I used to just go, man, it doesn't make sense to me. I'm just seeing numbers all the place. It's way easier for me to just look at a chart and trade the chart. But once you start, watching it more and more, and form the pattern in your head. If you're a high level gamer, you start learning the patterns a little bit, and that's the biggest part of a game in a way, especially FPSs and competitive games. You need to learn the patterns that this guy is gonna come around the corner around 30 seconds into the start of the map, and I'm gonna keep my operator over there ready for him to come around that corner. Or we have 30 seconds to defuse. I better go hold that corner for the bomb, so this guy has to defuse the center or whatever, right? So when you're thinking about the game patterns that way, the same idea comes into trading. The patterns are always there. If you see the patterns play out, you start learning the patterns. So in terms of shares being printed off of the size on bids or off the size on the offers, you're seeing the size take place. You see it get hit, and you see it print on the time of sale. So all of this overall will play into the action of time of sales and reading, but it's not explainable just by saying. It's not it's not explainable by just by talking about it. You have to watch it multiple days. You have to just watch it. So you just gotta keep your eyes on it, man. Neil, let's go to Neil.
Sorry there. I'm actually eating my salad as usual because I'm always eating salad this time. I typed in the chat there was an iceberg on GWH at 25, and I've shorted this like all the way up, like stopped here, winner stop here, tight stop here, all the way up until I got like 26.37. I took some out in front of 25, but this was barcoding for like 10 minutes or so with this bid just holding at 25 even. And I sort of said, if it breaks this, you're probably testing down to this 23.5 area, if not going into a halt. Now, in this cluster, I would take some shares off and hold the rest to see if it gets down into VWAP. It doesn't feel like this is, usually if this was the top, like the absolute top and there's no more buy, you would think that this would break 25 and just fall like an absolute rock. But there is still enough buyers in here to try and check this one up. It's so far from VWAP, so far from this other breakout price that it had at 22, that the buyers are getting pretty aggressive with this, despite the fact that it's made a hard top here. It's done it in the past, right? Like I had a long where it got to 20, it pulled back $4, and now you're seeing what's happened. So if this move doesn't take it at least down to 23, then I think you're probably shooting for 30 at some point. If you're deep in the money on this, as much as it's crazy to say, like you could have a trail at like 22.5 and just sort of say, you know what, if I've already taken some profit, you're long from here, put a trail in 22.5, give up a couple extra bucks, because if it takes this out, it goes back above 25, you gotta feel like it should be going to 30. You talk about reading the tape here, Prad. Maybe you mentioned this already, and I love the idea of learning that craft. Some traders, and a lot of them that are on our floor, will have two time and sales up, like one where they see all the prints and another one where they'll filter out certain size. So like maybe they only want prints over 1,000 shares, or a different stock maybe prints over 100 shares, depending on how expensive the stock is. But all these types of things, traders do over the course of their career, just so they can get better at what ultimately, there's a lot of feel and a lot of instinct to reading it, and until you sit there in front of the tape, you don't realize what you're learning until you actually stare at these things for a long period of time. And unfortunately, there's no secret sauce. It really is just about getting in front of it.
Yeah, thank you for that. And I just want to show what you were talking about. So Neil was talking about how they're still buying at these levels, and I just want to show you exactly what he's talking about. Look at the ratio between buying and selling. So we have 1 million buying orders executed compared to 200,000 selling orders executed. We have 900,000 buying orders compared to 302 selling. We have 900,000 compared to 700,000 selling, and over here we have 700,000 compared to 300,000 selling. So even at this $26 and even 24, 23, there's a lot more buyers at this price than there are sellers, and that's exactly what Neil was trying to bring up to you guys. So I don't know how he saw this without volume profile. Maybe he has it somewhere that I don't know about, but he got it on the nail. He hit it right on the hammer, and it's actually breaking above 27 right now. So nice little 27 break on GWH. It's strafing back and forth with your crosshair level. Are we talking about the console gaming? Yeah, console FPS is a joke, man. Come on. Wow, PROG, a little bit of a move downwards as we're talking about it. So 240, you called it up, man, and you said watch out for that 240, and yeah, we're breaking it. We're going down. VWAP is not being held up either. Maybe now VWAP is gonna act as a resistance. I thought it would hold up, but it didn't. And here we go to the downside for PROG. Now the question is, where is it going to find the bottom, and is it going to have the strength to go back to that pre-market highs around 240, 245 and actually close above there? Is it going to be hard for it to do so is the question. It's a new stock, GWH. Yeah, that is true. GWH is a new stock indeed. PROG, don't laugh. I wasn't laughing. Lucid Dream Drive, the Lucid Motors. What about ESEA? What about ESEA? ESEA doing no volume at the moment. Microsoft is apparently taking off, so let's go to Microsoft. I can't type tickers right now. What is going on? All right, Microsoft. Ooh, yeah, nice little move up to the top over here with the overall market. QQQs. Wow, actually didn't talk about QQQs a lot today. QQQs actually going up right now, above the VWAP, going all the way to what's it called 359. Yeah, why is it so blurry? So 359 right here, as you guys can see, it's going all the way up there, breaking above and trying to see if we can go higher and higher into the pre-market lows range over here on the QQQs, up almost 0.18%. A lot of volatile movement. Well, not volatile, but a lot of upwards and downwards action on the market overall today. Not sure what they want to do, looks like. And the SPYs are up now 0.28%, going up to 436. So let me quickly pull that up for you guys too. So SPYs over here with 29 million shares. We're trying to go back to that pre-market high, and we're up at about 0.26%. Let's see what Tesla's doing to see if it's about to go break out of that 810 level or so. We're getting that move. Yeah, we for sure are getting the move to the 810 price. So if market continues to show the strength we're seeing right now, that 810 break could come in. We're seeing Microsoft go up. We're seeing maybe Apple go up. Let me go see Apple. Go to Sean.
Yeah, let's do this. Spin it, Affirm.
Money,
I mean, we've been talking about this all morning, and we'll do it again here for you, Brad. As Affirm just goes right back to the upside there. And again, it's going to look, like, why did I get out there? But how many times do I have to see this top keep getting hit? And then eventually we had to take it out. I mean, I wish I would have held it, but there goes Affirm on the NASDAQ starting to bounce and go green right now. So there's Affirm. Prad, that's a $5.25 win there on Affirm. So we picked it up at 133. We're just protecting that bottom out all the way up and then hold that one for the Hail Mary home run. So there's $5 for you guys on Affirm. And then, I mean, again, something else I keep talking about, and I love this name, buy the best quality, and you will not be disappointed. Microsoft right now, 293 long, 295. So a $2 winner for that. So back-to-back jacks there, a $5 winner, a $2 winner. We're still on the SOFI trip, but I don't know, that might not hit 19. Other than that, man, I shorted CEI on that 143 break, went to call the wife. Missed all this move downside. I was actually sitting at 136. Neil mentioned he was getting some out at 138, so I'm back on the bid here. If I could take a 140 bid on CEI, I will take 4 cents. All we're doing now, Prad, imagine, is we are doing this right now. Let me just find it before I throw back, because we can't do it, in the afternoon and during the day. This is all that we do, man. We just try to stack up some cash, pay those bills in the afternoon when volume's a little bit dry, but there it goes for Affirm. So that was a big winner, possibly the trade of the day.
Stacking his chips like Frito-Lays. I like it. Keep on stacking them papers, baby. I actually, now I'm loading into a short side on Affirm because that was the trade I wanted off the open, which was a 140 short. So if market continues to show the strength we're seeing, and Affirm is showing me the strength that it's showing, if 140 breaks with the violent move to the top side, I'm going to get out of the way. But right now, obviously, I am short. We get that 140 break. We're seeing 140 go higher. Let's see if it's going to continue go up, or we're going to see rejection off there, and 140 is going to go to the downside. And there you go. This is exactly why I try not to use hard stops, because I would have gone stopped out on my short, and I would be completely smashing my table, probably throwing my keyboard across the room, and not be happy that I got stopped out, even though I have the right idea. But obviously none of my shares have been taken out of the game yet. That doesn't mean I'm in the right idea until I close my position. I'm still holding it, waiting for that move to downside, waiting for that rejection of 140 to properly take place, and then I'll only start taking profits once I'm $1 in the money, because this is like $140 stock. I'm not gonna scalp it for pennies, especially when I can hold it to maybe even to the downside of $1.30, 138 or 135 if it can go there. I'm not gonna expect 135. I'm gonna maybe try to get out around VWAP at best exit. Prad, you said last week, and wait, what did I say? I'm not sure what did I say, but well, like I always say though, don't listen to anyone's callouts. Always got to stick to your trade. It's you making the trade. It's you executing, and that's the downside of giving call outs, and that's why I don't like giving call outs. It's you know, if you win, it's I did it, I made the trade. But if you lose, it's he called it out, it's his fault. So it's always that type of mentality. That's why I don't make predictions either. It's because we're going back above 140, and now I think this is actually gonna hold above 140. We traded above it for maybe multiple seconds now, and looks like that could maybe, ooh, see, it's just a lot of battle here at 140ish or so. 140.35 being the high of the day. So obviously, if it breaks 140.35, I might just have to step out of there. I'm just gonna throw out one more order to see if they can give me a little bit more skin on the game above 140 to be on the short side on Affirm. But let's see if that's going to play out in that aspect. Market or QQQ does want to go down a little bit over here. Looks like it's making a retracement off that 359, 359.11 or so, and Affirm really struggling to hold 146 on the bids. So this is the good indications that I need. But if it goes, you know, above 140.35, which is the high a day, I might just have to take the L and call it on the short side and wait for that, what's it, 146.90 level. What was the high 2 days ago or so? Let me quickly pull it over here so I can keep an eye out on the positions too. Affirm. What was the high 2 days ago? It was around, oh, my chart's all wonky. 2 days ago, not 5 days ago. It was 146.90. All right. Oh no, 145.99. So 145.99 or 146 basically is the high that I'll look for it to go short again if 140 holds up on the bids and we go higher. I'm telling you, it'll be in the next 4 minutes. 140.35 should be in the next 4 minutes. Well, it looks like it, man. Look at the momentum coming in, the volume. Everything is just going to the upside right now. So obviously, just a losing trade over here on Affirm. I'm still, Affirm. Oh, did I say a different stock? But Affirm just going absolutely crazy here. I'm still holding this, but I should start weaning off my position a little bit. Try to see if I can scale into a different position. Prad, you're out. It was my out, but see how it didn't really, trade above there for too long. I'm still holding this. I see weakness in the stock still at these levels. I don't expect it to continue going higher, especially with the market ready to make the rebound to the downside. So I'm not closing it just yet. I have a little bit more wiggle room on this short side. I've heard has been hot. Don't short it anymore. Yeah, obviously I'm on the wrong side a little bit, and I'm just having to battle it. Maybe this is kind of a FOMO trade here, just because I missed the short off the open. But we'll see how that plays out. In the meantime, if you guys want me to look at anything else, just bring it up. Let me know. Yes.
Like Michael, I haven't traded Affirm at all today, but just a quick comment on what it's doing right here through this 140 level. It does, like, you look at this double top here at 145, and then just have a quick look, and you can say head and shoulders or whatever pattern you really want. But on the way down, supported 142. On the way up, rejected 142 before getting to 45, 46. So for me, I'm sitting it out till it gets closer to that price in terms of thinking about the short. I mean, the thing about it is, like, 140 to 142 and a half isn't a lot. So even if you give something like that extra room, you can always get like $4 or $5 winners here. But I am wanting it to test a little bit higher. It's in that range where, a lot of times it's fallen late in the day or at lunchtime. And I think if it gets up to that price, that's where I would dip into it. That GWH broke higher. So, we expected that it might have a chance to break higher. Just kill two birds with one stone here. Expected it might break higher. I had that short on. Tried off the high of the day, stopped out, and then it immediately rejected the break through 27. So if it's a failed jailbreak like that, I kind of, on top of my head, I was thinking it might go to 30 in that range, and I was ready to sort of wait it out till it got to 30. I jumped right back into the trade off of 27 when it gave that failed jailbreak. It broke down, and guess what level held again? Again, it held at 25. So it barcoded 10 minutes at 25, finally broke, still took out a new high, get back into a trade to short it up $2, and then it holds 25 again. Now this time, if 25 breaks, I'd be utterly shocked if the 25 breaks and it does not give some kind of capitulation. Maybe not to VWAP, but at least another couple of dollars here on GWH. But somebody is still picking up a lot of shares in front of that 25 level. You'd have thought they were done. It doesn't seem like it.
Yeah, I do agree with that, and that's why I'm kind of, battling my position here. I do want to scale back into the short around those prices. That's why I'm kind of like, worried about my position here, and I do think I'm on the wrong side. But let's see how Affirm plays out here, and yeah, keep an eye out for those levels that Neil called out on the higher side over here on Affirm, 142, 145, and so on. And be careful on the short side, obviously. Don't need to tell you that because you can witness what the stock is doing. Absolutely monstrous move to the top side, and 140s are now holding on the bid, so we could get that move to the move higher up, which could obviously hurt the shorts. I've been into crypto for a while, but I recently jumped on day trading bandwagon. I broke my foot and not doing anything. My question for you guys is, do you sell all stocks at the end of the day? Yes. Day trade the world over here. We have to sell our positions, or not sell. We have to close our positions at the end of the day around 4 o'clock. So that is the rule. We are a day trading only firm. So that is a must. Where did you short Prad? I am short around 140-ish or so. So it's allowed me to still hold it for this random fight that they're having over here between buyers and sellers. So it allowed me to still hold it a little bit, and just trying to wait for that flush, man. I just really would like that flush to take place. Here we go. We're getting a little bit of a down move over here, but still struggling to figure out what Affirm wants to do. If SHIBA, Shiba, if it hits a penny, the world probably has bigger problems. Yeah, I mean, the world already has bigger problems. I mean, how much worse can we get, right? We don't need any more problems, man. We don't need any more problems. What a bunch of weirdos asking for Miss V. Hey, they just like her beautiful face and they want to see a cute girl. Is there something wrong with it? There's nothing wrong with that. TLGT, MMAT, Lucid, there's a lot of tickers. SOFI doing great. Yeah, SOFI is still going absolutely monstrous, man. Still to the top side, 1% up today. And we were almost at that $19. We almost broke that $19, and we tried, but it didn't. Maybe we can tomorrow or so, if the volume continues, if the strength continues. We do have upgrades on this stock, multiple upgrades, so anything is possible to the upside. Miss V is beautiful. That is right. I miss her voice. I think it's the accent. 100%. How can you not have the cute little Russian accent? It's a must. She is the part of the show. She is half of the show, and it's not whole without her. Who's the hater? Get him out of here. Haters hate. They hate us because they ain't us. It be like that. The thirst is real. The thirst is real. Nah, I gotta look out for my girl, bro. Come on, I gotta look out for my girl. Would you keep stocks overnight if it wasn't a rule, or selling really the best option? So over here, for the company at least, we're not allowed to. But if we were allowed to, and I do see an opportunity that allows me to make more money, holding it than I don't, then of course I would too. Bro, you totally have a crush on her? No, she's a chill friend, man. We're just friends. We're just friends. I always just play around with her, but we're just friends for the most part. Please stop discussing her looks, etc. That's yeah. I mean, it's not me. It's the chat. It's the chat's just in love with Miss V over here. Palantir close to 2350. Yeah, Palantir still above 23 and still below 24. So struggling between those ranges. I want the 24 breakout. If it does happen, which we've seen a little bit every now and then, we needed to hold it on the bids. If it doesn't hold on the bids, we're not happy. What you hiding, Prad? I'm not hiding anything, my guy. What am I hiding? Ignore the stupid. I can't see the Ron Burgundy-ness of Prad. Prad Burgundy is just out there in full force, man. He has to read the sentences out loud. Where's Greg? That's a good question. Greg didn't make a cameo today. Is he even in his chair? I don't know. He's probably watching. He was watching some Age of Empires videos, so he's probably still doing that. Not sure. Share and like helped his brother out. Oh, thank you for on time like o'clock discussion, Sam. The are one of our newest members from not too long ago. So guys, if you do enjoy what we do for you guys over your daily educational content, daily live shows, and we are here to educate you about the market and provide some entertainment at the same time. So if you're enjoying the entertainment, if you're learning from us, we just ask you to do a couple free things, or request you to do a couple free things, not ask. And those are just hit the like button and hit the subscribe button. And if you feel free to do so, or if you want to do so, hit the notification bell too, because doing all three of these things helps with the YouTube algorithm. The more people that do this helps our content go out there to more people. Our channel gets publicized more by the YouTube algorithm and so on. So that's all we ask in return from you guys. So thank you for everyone who has, and for those of you who haven't, hopefully one day you feel like we deserve it. And the 20% who haven't subscribed yet, come on, guys. We're still watching that number not move. We saw the number move a little bit, but then it still got stuck, man. That's not moving anywhere. So let's move our subscriber count a little bit, and let's move our numbers to the top side. Where did you buy your glasses? I don't know, at an optometrist, bro. What are these? These are Ray-Bans. These are just simple Ray-Bans at any optometrist. You can just walk in and just be like, oh, I like those. I want that one. Oh, Affirm, let's go. Affirm going lower here. We're about 50 cents in the money, so I want a little bit more. I'm just gonna take out a little bit, because this is the mentality that makes me give back my profits, which is I want a little bit more. Pigs get slaughtered. If you're a bear, take money on the way down. If you're a bull, take money on the run up. Don't be a pig and trying to oink oink a little bit more pennies here and there, right, guys? What did you smoke today, Prad? I haven't smoked yet. I don't know why you guys think I'm always smoking. You guys are so weird. All right. So many cheap regs don't spring for the Phantom. You're doing great as a solo pilot. Co-pilot back tomorrow. That is right. My co-pilot will be back in the seat, ready to take off. And by take off, we're talking about to the moon. So my co-pilot's missing. That's why the engine's kind of on the ground still, not really going anywhere. BBIG high a day again. All right, let's go. BBIG continued to go above $6. I thought we were not going to break above 6 with the lack of volume, but I also did say for that break above 6 to happen, we need that big volume candle to show up, and we got that big volume candle to show up. And then we needed buyers to hold $6, and we're watching buyers holding $6. So the stock obviously now trending towards the high a day around $6.28. We are at $6.20 right now, $8, 8 pennies off of the high day. Oops. You are an MBA? No, I'm not an MBA. Why are you spamming Visa? Is someone spamming Visa? I haven't seen it at all. That's crazy. Check Thursday high on BBIG for sure, Neil Roberts. Let's go to Thursday on the dailies. Boop, boop, boop. This is the daily chart. Let me just hide my face so you guys can see the chart better. This is today, Monday, Friday, Thursday. So this is Thursday right here around 6:45. I want to say 6:46, 6:45. Let's just say 6:45. Keep it nice and easy. The stock might go right there is the indication. So Neil called it out. Neil was looking at that level. Look for that 6:45, 6:50 price to take place very soon if the volume continues to increase on the stock as we are watching. The people are looking to come in and buy at these prices, and it does make sense. We were at the highs over here around $12, $11, and then we made that move towards $5 or so. So if buyers are gonna buy anywhere, it's around these levels, and they need to show up. So they are, and that's good for them. Good for BBIG holders, and good for anyone who is expecting for that NFT tide merger shift, or whatever the word I'm looking for. All right. Affirm still doing a whole lot of nothing around 140 for me, you know, battling at 140. We're holding 140 on the bids now. It could easily just go to the top side. I'm watching the market come down here in terms of market. QQQ is coming to VWAP. SPYs are coming to VWAP. And Affirm is still holding around 140. So it's not a good sign for the shorts, because if market starts to make a reversal by bouncing off of the VWAP to the top side, if SPYs bounces off the 435 or bounces off VWAP to the top side, it's not a good sign for the short. So be careful, whoever's short. Keep an eye out for the market move back to the top, and then Affirm going tandem along with it. But if Affirm comes down here along with the market, then we can kind of be like, all right, we're on the right side of the trade now, and so on. You guys trade with margin? Well, we just have like our I don't know what's this, our every trader has their own limit, and that limit of buying power it just goes up based on your performance and so on. So everyone, I guess you could call it margin, I don't know, but we don't have a margin. It's just buying power that every trader has to work on improving based on your based on your trading skills and so on. We have people here who have like, I don't know, 5 million and so on. So it's just a buying power that you have to work towards. This show is action-packed, Prad. Love it. We hooked, and we gone. And we gone indeed. Let's go. Affirm, we gone to the downside. Affirm, my first entry did kick in, and then that's the that was the order I threw out not too long ago. I'm just gonna throw out a couple more orders here to see if any of them get wicked out on the move down here on Affirm towards the 138 or so. And if it does, I'm gonna be very happy, because it made me battle for the short a little bit. Let's be real. We worked hard for the short, and it got a little scary. But here we are coming down. 139 is not too far away. We're 20 cents, or we're not 30 cents. We were 20 cents away from there, but now we're 30 cents away from the 139 downside. I do have more orders to take profits once we get down there. Yes, sir.
Yeah, just I saw you guys, well, I heard you guys talking about the sort of like risk limits, buying power, that kind of thing. It's worth keeping in mind. Like if you trade at Day Trade the World, a few things first. Every single prop trader has two things for risk. One is your buying power on whatever currency or market you're trading. So if you trade Canada, you have a certain amount of Canadian dollars that you can put towards individual trades and orders. Same thing in the US if you trade in Europe. But you also have a daily loss limit, right? So a lot of times that actually ends up mattering more. Like it's more likely that you get stopped out of a trade if you take too much risk because of the loss limit. Then you run out of buying power, because if you're a good trader and you accumulate buying power, that just doesn't mean you can take any position you want. Like if you hit a bid for 1 million shares and then you're instantly out the spread when it goes up, there's always going to be that limit, and then the risk parameters can kick in that regard. And then someone else asked a question there. Do you get a percentage? And all Day Trade the World traders then get a percentage of their profits. That's what a prop firm is. Like you're trading the firm's capital. You get a percentage of the profits, but then you have to follow their risk controls. And part of that means graduation, which we've talked about before you can trade the firm capital on this floor. And then it also means that you have to earn your extra buying power. You have to earn your higher risk limits. So just a bit of a clarification there. We're always happy to talk about it. We're all trading on the Day Trade the World floor here, so we do follow those rules. So any more questions along those lines, don't hesitate to ask them. Someone was asking about what's going on with GWH. Still holding 25. I mean, somebody likes the stock at 25. Someone joked in the chat that it's Bill Gates. I don't know who it is, man, but they are accumulating shares. If this level goes, it's got to flush.
Yeah, it's like I just showed you guys on the volume profile, still buying coming in, and actually the ratios of buying to selling on that GWH at those levels are at a significant significant ratio. So buying pressure still there on that stock. So very good on the long side, I guess. Have you ever thought about doing it for yourself at home, Neil? I mean, think about it this way. Why do it with your own capital when you can use others' capital? Is at least my mindset. And if you get good enough at it, over here at Day Trade the World, the capital that you can get is almost infinite. So, how much capital could you actually get at home compared to unlimited leverage, right? So the leverage that we can pull over here, of course, we do have the shutdown limit that you guys just talked about with Neil. And if you guys remember, not too long ago, I hit my shutdown limit for the day. And as Vivek said, if you hit your shutdown limit, you're fired. You're not wrong about that, but it takes a couple shutdown limits to be hit to get fired. Multiple back to back to back, and not understanding why you're hitting your shutdown limits will get you fired at any prop firm for sure. But it's not a good thing to hit your shutdown limit. Obviously, it means you're doing something wrong, and you need to figure out what it is and fix it. Affirm just gave me my third exit, but then went back up top a little bit, so not sure what it wants to do, but we're still in the money. We're holding a good chunk of our position. No more orders thrown out, just waiting to see if it wants to go back down or not. Show some love, smash that like if you're learning. Yes, thank you, Nick, for spreading the love. And yes, guys, of course, we already talked about it not too long ago, but smash that like button. Prad, what's a typical shutdown level? So our shutdown level is actually automated. It's calculated with the formula, and the formula is, well, for the trainees, I think you're only allowed to lose $50 a day for the trainees. Once you graduate, you start off with I think it depends on office to office either and trader to trader. So we start off with the base level of 250, and then that level goes up based on performance. So the performance calculator goes off of, and I think everyone, even at home, if you're not a prop trader and you're a trader that you trade by yourself, use the calculation called monthly profit projection. This is the calculating that we do in our office. The software does it for us, and it's called MPP, monthly. What did I just say? Monthly something projection. Monthly profit projection. God, I'm just losing my mind. Monthly profit projection is what you do is you take your last 14 days of making money, and then you eliminate your worst 2 days, and then you find out the average of those numbers. So once you take those the average screw you, Tyrone. Once we take those the average of the 14 days and you eliminate your 2 worst days, whatever that number is, that's your monthly projected profit. And you can risk a certain percentage of that value. So, for example, maybe you risk 5% of that monthly projection profit, or you risk 10% daily, or you risk 1% daily. It's really up to you. Whatever your number is, you take a percentage of it, and you risk only that percentage on a day-to-day basis. You have to also include your profitability. Yeah. Yeah, but I'm a liquid trader and can trade over $1 million if they cut me off of 250. Well, like it just depends on traders, right? Just giving away so many gems, no problem, man. That's what we're here for. We're here to entertain you guys and educate you guys, right? So if we're doing both of that, then it's a check mark in our books, and we appreciate for all the nice comments that you guys give out to us. Prad, how does one start working there at Trader TV? Trader TV actually poached me from my day trading job. So I don't know how you could work at Trader TV, but maybe you could work at Day Trade the World. And I don't have the links right now. I'm going to try opening up live for you on the show. So let's just do it right here. I think it should be DTTW.com. While it loads up, yeah, there you go, DTTW.com. So if you go to DTTW.com, figure out if we have the capabilities to allow you to open a floor in the country that you reside in. In USA, we do not allow it, but in Canada, in China, in Australia, we have a bunch of places that we do have our access to. So I'm not sure, actually. I haven't been with the company enough to know the answer to that question, but Day Trade the World is not in the USA is all I know. God, am I glad to be in Canada because I don't have to worry about PTD and I have access to Day Trade the World. But if you do want access to Day Trade the World and they're not in the USA, then you can contact us and we can help you out in that sorts. Send this bro some cake, he earns it. Oh man, nah, you already sent me a lot of cake, Sam. You're too nice, my dude. You're too nice. That GME trades and the CEI trades are coming in clutch for you, huh? USA, and I can get a floor. I'd already have one. Yeah, I know. It's just the way things goes, right? Regulations sometimes. Yeah, exactly. U.S. regulations prevent opening the trade floor. Sometimes it just happens. You just can't help it. The SEC, man, you better cut the SEC a check or they're not helping you, right? That's how it goes. The house always makes money, but when the house doesn't make money, they gotta change the rules. So you better cut the SEC a check or they're not gonna help you. Um, Millionaire Trader is a sick book. All right, thank you for that. I'm actually been looking for a new book to read slash listen to for trading. So I really appreciate that audiobook, Millionaire Traders. The latest one I just finished. Oh, there you go. Affirm really gave me another wick of my entry or exit. Sorry. So I'm gonna throw out another position, take out under 139. Let's see if we can go down there. But last book that I just finished is what's it called? It's the book where they write the stories of other traders. If you guys know what that book is called, Market Wizards, Unknown Market Wizards. That's the one that I just finished, the latest one, and it was pretty good. You learn a lot about how traders think and how traders trade in general. Oh yeah, Trading in the Zone, Mark Douglas. Yeah, Adam recommended that to me. I read that. One Good Trade by Mike Bellafiore and The Playbook by Mike Bellafiore. There's a bunch of books you guys can check out. But the only link you ever need, honestly, is youtube.com/c/TraderTV.Live. You don't need anything other than that for educational content, to be honest. So it's youtube.com/c/TraderTV.Live. Let's go, BBIG. Wow, we're still making new high days on this bad boy right here. That's awesome, Brad. Good point. I just had to add that little flair over there, right? Hopefully that link works. I hope that link is not just a fake link and I just made it up. But I have it on my Twitter, so I'm pretty sure it works. Let's see if it works. Let me know if it works for you guys, and we'll see. SPY death candle. Okay, so I expected a bounce off of VWAP on the SPYs on the QQQs, not playing out. But that means it's a good thing for me because my Affirm short's actually in the winner, chicken dinner. Do I have that emo? I do not, but I'm just gonna hit the Prad bear because we were short on Affirm and it's playing out on the downside. So here we go. I only have now 1/4 of my position, so I'm just gonna hold it all the way back through. This is how I'm going to learn to hold a little bit of my shares. I'm going to throw out a stop, a hard stop this time for exactly break even. So if the stock comes to break even, I don't want to lose a single penny on that break even point. I'm just going to get out on the break even and just call it a day. And I'm going to hold the last quarter to see if we can get lower all the way down to VWAP or even all the way to 132 or so. Not expecting it. I am watching it. Watching it. Bareback Rider. Let's go. Hit some other animations. Okay. Well, we got the Matrushka doll from Valeriia. So for those of you who miss Valeriia, we got the little Matrushka doll. It's just a little Russian doll for Miss V there. All right. Where are we going? They rejected me at TD for my short shares on DWH. Oh man, yeah, the locates might be hard on an IPO especially. So always keep an eye out to see if you have shorts to begin with, if your broker has the shorts or not. Prad, what's your opinion on Facebook? Yeah, I gave my opinion on Facebook not too long ago, and it was, overall I'm bearish on the company and the social media aspect of it, but I do see the strength that Instagram has because it has me on Instagram at least an hour a day on my rides home or to work. And WhatsApp. I use WhatsApp every single day to talk to my family, talk to my friends, and so on. I don't use Facebook. I want the Oculus Rift. So I'm just going off of my personal thoughts and what I use and what I don't use. And on that, I'm not gonna be investing in Facebook, but I would be. Maybe I will invest in Facebook if it goes to that 300 price, but I'm not like bullish on Facebook like most people would be. For me, my bullish stocks will be Amazon, Tesla. I'm just an Elon Musk lover, so it's gonna be those stocks instead of Facebook. A lot of stocks you can short on TD. Oh, let's go. That's a good thing. Thankfully, with Day Trade the World, we have a really good direct access to markets and are able to pretty much short all things. Big movement on Palantir, big candle on the 12-minute chart. Stop hunters. Ooh, we like the stop hunters. Everyone's liking using those words now, huh? I like it. We're gonna have to start coining stop hunters. So in a way, I guess this is not really stop hunting, because if you had a hard stop, you would probably have it at the high of day for the shorts, right? So this technically is not hunting stops, or even to the downside. This is not really hunting stops either. It's just market movement. The stock found bottom around this 23.30 or so, and just rock to the top side. So it's not really stop hunting in my mind, because it's not a significant level that it broke out and ran through. You got stopped out, yeah, that makes, like, I understand that, but it might not be a significant level for it to break through to get stop hunted. Like 23 to the downside, if you are long off of 23 and then it breaks 23 to the downside, maybe by what, 5 pennies, and then goes back through 23 to the top side, that's stop hunting. But this, I wouldn't call this stop hunting. Trailing limit stops, yeah, trailing limits helps though, man. Trailing limits make people money most of the time, right? Instead of they help you secure profits, especially when a stock is reversing on you big time. It helps you secure your money. So trailing limits, always like trailing limits. Why does everyone in the U.S. use Schwab? Well, not sure. Not from the U.S., so I can't answer that one. NTRB on 15 or 1 minute? Okay, let's go check on the 1 minute first, and then we can. Is my face up? Yeah. Let's go check on the 1 minute first, and then go check on the 15 minutes. So NTRB on the 1 minute right now, what is it doing? Not much. Just looking, just trying to support that $10 level. We are under 10, but it's still trying to trade around that price, and maybe eventually run back up to the top side. But look at the lack of volume since that halt. We got that halt. The stock went above, broke under the halt price, tried to find support at VWAP, went under VWAP, and now VWAP is acting as a resistance, and they're trying to find support at 10 with low volume, right? So it could easily go down, it could easily go back up, and all that requires is volume. All right. What do I think about it staying in the lower volume of the day? I mean, if it stays in the lower volume of the day, it could easily break to the downside. It's not going to go higher with the low volume, especially with the moves that we saw happen today. We need volume for it to go higher. If volume is going to be like this and continue to just go sideways, it's going to go lower. That's at least my opinion, and from my pattern recognitions, it could do the opposite too. BBIG up 17% today. Shareholders meeting Friday. So BBIG, I believe, has the spin-off, or maybe not spin-off, but the merger with Tide. So a lot of good news coming into BBIG. People better start loading up on the bottoms here to play that merger news, to play the spin-off or whatever news it's going to be. But you know, if the buyers are not going to start buying up here, and that spin-off happens, and the spin-off makes it lose value, then you know it's kind of going to be a sad news for BBIG a little bit. What did I'm looking for? Thank you, Sam. Okay, you're just asking Sam a question. Never mind. All right. Do not use these PFOF. I'm not sure what that means, but I'm thinking that's a bad terminology. These chicks are here asking what's up with Pratty Daddy. I don't know about that, bro. I don't know. Check GWH. Let's go back to GWH over here. Neil was trading it, and we were watching him just absolutely show us levels about how buyers are showing up at 25 level and everywhere all over the chart. Hello, can we load the chart? So there you go. Buyers still stepping up here around like 23, 24, 23.92. So 24 running through 25. Now we're running through 26, going higher. Let's see if 26 can get held on the bid and go towards 27, and then we break above 27 again, which would be another good long trade for GWH. All right. Oh, payment order flow. I thought you were payment order flow. Got it. Payment for order flow. Some info about CEI. Yeah, for sure. Let's go CEI again. Let's see what CEI is doing. I actually punched out of my short on CEI. I did say I want to hold, but my Affirm position made me close CEI to just so I could focus more on Affirm. And I'm actually pretty happy with my closing over here because we're seeing 140 just get held. I'm not seeing it go lower. It's causing, I'm going to expect this to hold up. If the stock goes back towards that 160 price, I'm going to look to get back short over there. But right now, I'm just big chilling, as the kids would say, on the stock, and just waiting to see what it wants to do overall. GWH looking to breaking out. Yeah, I mean, we did see it try to trade around 27. And we're at 27 plus right now. So 28 GWH. Look at the volume still picking up and causing the stock to go higher and higher. 28 has broken. We're holding 28 on the bids right now. If that continues to show up like that, oh, look at the amount of volume being printed on 28, but the size you saw on 28 only had one lot. So that's the inverse order. So there's clearly guys coming in and stepping up to, sorry, not inverse. That's an iceberg order, and clearly orders are coming in to step up over here and hold prices. So maybe the 29 break is going to be something to keep an eye out for over here on GWH, especially with the volume we're seeing on the stock. Affirm looks like it's making a little bit of a retracement here to the top side after creating that bottom. So I'm pretty happy with my exits, especially I did wanted to hold to. I wanted to hold a bigger chunk of my trades towards that, what's it called, the VWAP or so, but recognizing the previous levels, previous ranges, highs that are broke out of to go test that 140 again, just obviously telling me to start scaling out and only have a tiny position that does not matter much for you, and that's exactly what I did. So I'm pretty happy with my exits over here. Hindsight is 2020, of course, and if the stock did not do this and kept going lower and lower, I would probably be saying, oh man, why did I not hold it for that move? Why did I take so much out? So at the end of the day, man, just take that money, be happy with your profits, and look for another good trade. So someone wants me to talk about DATS, and it's Natch Man. Well, that's that's a pretty cool name. I'm guessing you're Indian, but your name basically means dance man. That's cool. But here we go. DATS is trading above 13 and holding 13 pretty well right now on the bids multiple times, as you guys saw. It did trade up under 13 a little bit by VWAP area or so, but still instantly breaking above 13, going back higher and trying to continue higher to the higher side over here at 1340, 1360, 1380. Good indications to the long side, at least, with low volume on that. So keep your eyes out. Of course, we have these levels over here that it wants to go test, I guess 1380, which was the first rejection off the day, which was around 1047 or so. So if you guys just pull up the daily chart on DATS, as you guys can see, that 14 level or the 1380 level is going to be playing a key significance for DATS, at least for maybe not today, but for tomorrow or the coming week and so on. Let's see. I give up. Oh no. What's wrong? Hopefully everything will be okay. Yeah.
Something came up like when you guys were discussing Facebook, and it just in the back of my head, I was just like, oh, we didn't talk about this. But Facebook, if you look at that dump here, one of the things I've been mentioning as we get into like a bit of a market retracement and pullback is I've added like the 200 to my charts a little bit more to just illustrate some points here. And if you look at where Facebook bounced today, that's right off the 200 period moving average. And in a down market like this, you're probably going to have a few names which might be hitting this metric. And every now and then when you're bottom picking or just finding a target for your shorts, or if you have one on that's working for you, looking for you want to do a bit of a dip buy, you want to have some of these other levels that a lot of people are looking off of. Like a lot of the bigger firms are going to be watching things like the 200 period moving average. And look, when it double bottoms down here a couple of times right off of that number, I don't think it's a coincidence that it turned. I wish I had the long trade for that one, but this is sort of the reason why I added this to my daily chart in a down market, because it tends to come into play when you get some trend reversals or bigger trends. So we have it here on Facebook. Might want to be looking at that in the coming days and weeks just to see if that level has significance on a host of other symbols.
Thank you, Neil. Yeah, and if you remember, guys, we were talking about how technical patterns and so on and why they work. It's because people are watching them, the big money, and especially what they use. Hedge funds get graded on their entries based on how far the stock is off VWAP or how lower it is off VWAP. They time their entries based on moving averages, especially the 200 one, as Neil just talked about. So if you start incorporating these in your systems and you're watching these systems work, that means there's something in play. There is a big hedge fund or a big bank that is now needing to buy the shares of, let's say, Tesla or Facebook or Apple every time it goes down to the 200 moving average. Every time it goes above 200 moving average, they might have to take some profits or whatever the idea is. Overall, if you understand why these things are working, it's because people are, hedge funds get judged on, where the VWAP is or so. Hedge funds get judged on where the moving average is and how they have to time their entries. And then more people are going to start using it because they know hedge funds are using it. And then if more people are using it, algorithms are going to start coding. People are going to start coding it into the algorithm saying, if it goes to the moving average, do this. If it goes to doing that, do this. That means more and more people are now watching the moving average. More and more people are watching VWAP. So it's all about knowing and understanding what is being used on a certain stock or a certain time or a certain year or a certain month or whatever, and taking advantage of that. There is no one holy grail setup. There is no one holy grail answer to winning, and there is no one holy grail way to make money either, right? You can make money in a stock a completely different way than I can, and we both would have been in the same position, or we could have both been long Affirm 100, and you would have been a winner and I would have been a loser. Just depends on how you trade it, right? So keep an eye out for that level, as Neil just talked about on Facebook. That 200 moving average bounce coming into play could be a level where hedge funds need to start buying a little bit more of Facebook to have on their portfolio, and also be a nice little dip buy opportunity for many. So many ways to make money and a lot more to lose, my friend. There's a lot to make money, but a lot more ways to lose money. Proprietary Algo says most of us will be walking finally. What? Is that English, my friend? Finally? Mañana. What is mañana for again? Is that tomorrow? Mañana is tomorrow? Yes. All right. Let's see. VMA or VAMA. I'm not sure what you're asking. Is that a stock you want me to pull up? I easily could do that, but VMA. VAMA. Oh, nothing's pulling up, so I'm not sure what you're asking me. All right. Palantir. Okay, Rocky. Ooh, what's going on with Palantir? What's going on with Palantir? What's going on with Palantir? Ooh, all right. So Palantir kind of not doing much, but we're still seeing that move above 23. Why am I bouncing? Oh, what? Let's go to my charts. Let's go to charts. So Palantir over here, kind of not doing a whole lot, but we're still seeing it go above 23, and now hold above VWAP. So good job for Palantir. Let's see if we can go above 24 and close above there. Not gonna expect it with the weak market we're watching right now, but it'll be good to see that. You have to love this guy. Thank you guys. You're the best. Or the volume adjusted. Oh, it's VWAP. Yeah. VWAP is volume weighted average price. About space long. Ooh, space, the final frontier. So space over here is, what are we doing over here on space? About 1.8% with 3.4 million shares traded today, and we're still holding above VWAP, so not bad at all. We found a bottom around the 23, 22 ranges when the bad news hit. Actually, that's when the bad news hit, when the FDA canceled their flight for something wrong but then they figured out that the something wrong part was actually very minor, and it was just the fact that they did not declare the flight path, so they let them back on the FDA routes or whatever you want to call it. The block was lifted, so you kind of expect the stock to continue going higher, but we're not going back all the way to the $36 or so. So still a little bit, a little far away from those moves that it originally had. My throat is completely dying. Is there a dog hair on me? I thought Coco's hair was on me because I was petting him on my way out, but I guess not. Am I a Palantard for getting in at these levels? I wouldn't say so. I mean, if you're going long on Palantir off 23, I think that's a pretty good long. But as long as, I mean, I guess anyone and everyone who has Palantir in their portfolio is a Palantard, right? That's just the label that the Palantir traders are getting. So, you're just a Palantard if you're going long, I guess. Prad's attitude is hella rad. Thank you, sir. GWH. Oh, I thought I was watching GWH, but the chart was on space. Anyway, GWH coming down here under 28, and we're seeing a little bit of a move towards 2750. So let's see if we can find the support at 2750, causing it to find another run up towards 29 and then 30 and then higher and higher and higher. Can you talk about GW's current buy-sell ratio for sure? Let's pull up the volume profile. GWH. Come on. So GWH over here, look at that. So at 25.95, let me just zoom in again for all day today. So this is the all day today, and look at this price. Let me just zoom in a little bit more. Nope, zoom in a bit more. Okay, now look at that. So from around 11:48 till now, the most volume taking place was at 25.96/26, and most of the orders that took place there were longs. So a lot of people punched long over here at 26, and we're still seeing that pattern play out. A lot more buying than selling, right? 439K buying to 74K selling. 210K buying to 11K selling, 900,000 buying to 670K selling. So a lot more buying than selling still happening at these levels. The ratios are still screaming, we love the stock, we love the stock, we love the stock. It's just showing upside strength, guys. Put the volume profile stuff on the left. I don't like it on the left. Ew. It comes on the left. I hate it on the left. I hate it on the left. I think the left looks ugly. I like the right better. I like the right better because then I can watch the price points. I don't know. I just hate having things on the left. It's my OCD. It just messes with me. No. The right's the answer. Need it on the left, then footprint chart. Oh, if I had a footprint chart, yeah, then that would be a nice one. Talk about Affirm. Affirm, oh, we're still going, struggling over here. It's better after you move the candlesticks over. Yeah, I usually move the candlesticks over this way. When you press one day, it kind of blends in, but usually I just do it this way, and it's easier to look at it. But I hate looking at it this way because I feel like I'm moving my head too much, and I'm moving my eyes too much away from the current candle, and I want the current candle information along with the volume profile information. So I don't want to have to go all the way like this to look at the left side of the chart to watch the stock move and the volume profile. I don't know. It's just preferences. Does it really matter? It's just preferences, guys. But Affirm, we're still in that short. We did not scale back into the short at 140. Maybe I should have. I should have taken more shares and got more shares into that short. But we're still holding it, and let's see if we can continue crack to the lower side and go towards 137 or so. If so, that would be great because that's my target, my original target. But I don't have a lot of size. My size is almost nothing. So even if the stock goes all the way to 145, I'm not losing anything, so I'm not worried. I'm just holding a size to say that I held some for my target if it goes there. That's it. BBIG moving gradually. BBIG has been doing that for the most part today. So 650, here we go. Wow. If you guys pull back my stream today, I said we're not gonna break 60 with low volume. We need a volume candle. People said, all right, you said we're not gonna break 60 with low volume, Prad. Here we go. Here's the volume candle. Here's the breakout. What do you have to say now? You're wrong. So here we go. You know, obviously we're going higher. We're going to the top side. 650 breakout to the top side is happening. Volume picked up to the $6 break, and volume is continuing to stay higher than the whole rest of the day. Look at the volume this whole day after that $6 break compared to the $6 break before. So obviously buyers are stepping in right now. They're loving it. They're loving to go higher and take this price to $7. BBIG, we're getting geared up, boys. Let's go. Prad not worried about his size. Well, I'm not worried about my Affirm size. It's not gonna burn me. I already have banked enough of a win today to let the stock go against me all the way to 145 to not worried about it. I could trade gorilla hands, but I prefer medium. Gorilla hands. That's the new word we're going for. No more diamonds, no more paper. Gorilla glue hands, baby. I tape the stock to my hands using gorilla glue, so I can never sell it. QQQ is about 60% of average day's volume so far. Yeah, man. BBIG has a crypto dividend Friday. Yeah, the NFT tied the merger news that's going on with it. So thank you for. I just had to read it in my head to make sure that you know it wasn't a bait first. So reading a couple words that I thought it was a bait, but it wasn't. So yeah, thank you for that super chat. And you know, I'm not I don't have too much information about those new coins, especially Shiba and Kuma Inu. I didn't even know Kuma Inu was a thing, but you know, new coins come out every day and they die out every day. So of course, do your own due diligence, do your research in that aspect. If you believe in that firm who's starting it, if you believe in the coin, if you believe in the solution they're trying to solve, then you know, to the moon is the answer. For me, I don't believe in any other coins other than you know, Cardano at the moment, and BTC and Ethereum and all the main ones, obviously. So I'm not gonna put my money in Doge. I'm not gonna put my money in Shiba. I'm not gonna take the gamble that you know, I'm gonna call it a gamble because in my head it's a gamble. I don't have a solution. I don't have an answer, and nor have I done the research to you know, give the answer for Shiba and all the other you know, as people call it, SHIT coins. I haven't done that, gone into those coins yet, but if you've done it and if you really believe in it, then that's all it takes to invest, right? But for me, that's a no-go. There's too many coins out there that just do random stuff for me that I'm not interested in. For coins that I will be interested in, have to be the ones that do have the market share and are actually looking to solve a problem, and people are in it. You know, if people are in it and there's volume in it, then that's something that I care about. But if it's a new coin and if a lot of eyes are not on it, and if it's something like a penny stock doing not even, you know, 1 million shares, then it's something that I don't absolutely not in my eyes, and I'm just not gonna bother with it for too much. Prad finishes work at 4:19. That is right, because 4:20 is my religious time of the day. I gotta go pray at 4:20 in the morning and night, twice a day, guys. I'm a very religious person, and you know, I just have to do it. Wow, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe, and ring the notification bell to get updated about our daily live shows and educational content. And on that note, thank you, Nightbot. Thank you for closing off the show for me, guys. Do what Nightbot said. Miss V's not here today, so hopefully Nightbot helps me out on that aspect and gets me 500 likes like yesterday. Friday? I think it was yesterday that we got 500 likes. So run that like counter up. I will see you guys tomorrow. We will be back with the beautiful Miss V, 11 o'clock, same time, same place. Adios, paka paka, arrivederci.